And welcome to the first lesson of IGCSE Mathematics course, where we will talk about arithmetic. Here we're going to cover three syllabus topics, which is E 1.8. Use the four rules for calculations with whole numbers, decimals, and fractions. By four rules, of course, I mean addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, including correct ordering of operations and use of brackets. E 1.5 is about using the language and notation of simple vulgar and decimal fractions and percentages in appropriate contexts. And of course, we have to be able to recognize equivalence and convert between these forms, which means convert between fractions and decimals and percentages. And finally, E 1.6 is about ordering quantities by magnitudes and demonstrating familiarity with the symbols equal, not equal, more than, less than, more than or equal, less than or equal. So to put it shortly, we will talk about fractions, decimals, a little bit about percentages, about how they work together and how do they work separately. Let's get started. So we're going to start with decimals. First of all four operations with decimals. Let's start with addition. So 7.6 plus 0.31. Addition of decimals is very simple. There's just one thing to remember: write the point under the point like this, and that's it. Then we just add it together. So here we have 1, 9, finally 7. 7.91 is the answer here. Next one. Next we have 4.2. Plus, okay, here, pay attention, it's 42 is going to be here. There's no point in 42, so we have to assume that the point is going to be here. 42 and then the point. And then plus 420. Okay, altogether we will get 466.2 as an answer. Okay, and number 3, we are working with subtraction, so 17 minus 0.37. How do we subtract if there's nothing here? What do we do? Well, we just add some more zeros, that's it. So it's going to be 17.00 minus 0.37. The answer is going to be 16.63. At any time you can pause this video, you can try to solve these questions yourself. Alright, and then you can just continue the video to check if you got the answer right or not. These videos are mainly for revision, so I will not be going too much in depth. I will mostly just be solving the examples and some past paper questions. Okay, let's keep going. Number 4, we have 20.4. 20.4 minus 20.339. Again, there are some things missing. In the top number, the zeros are missing here, so we can just write some zeros on top, and we're gonna get this as an answer, 0.001. Okay, that's it for addition. Subtraction now is the turn of multiplication. So 0.1 times 0.2. There's a small trick you can use for multiplying numbers. What you can do is you can take the point out. So here we take it one step out, and also here we take it one step out. Together that makes it 2 steps. The point is taken 2 steps out altogether. One here, another one here. Then when we have done this, we can just do 1 times 2, which is equal to 2. And then we have to return this point 2 steps back. So it goes 1, 2. The point is going to be here. And all the empty spaces, like this one, we fill with zeros. The answer is 0.02. Normally we write it as 0.02. Okay, next one. Next we have 0.36 times 1000, also pretty similar to the last example. Again, take the point out, 1, 2, that's 2 steps. Now we just do 36 times 1000. The answer is 36,000, but not so fast. We have to return the point, of course, so it becomes 1, 2. It becomes 360. That's our answer. Okay, next one is a bit more complicated. This is division. We have 0.1404 divided by 0.06. Divided by 0.06. So here, what we have to do when we divide is we have to multiply both numbers by such a power of 10 that we get rid of the point. Let me show you how to do this quickly. So we just take the number, we take a look at the number, which has the most digits after point, which is this number. It has 4 digits after point, and we try to move the point. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to move the point 4 steps to the left. Again, we have to do the same action to the right, and we have to do the same action to both of these numbers. That's how it works. And to do this, we have to multiply both of these numbers by 1 with 4 zeros, because if there's 4 steps, there has to be 4 zeros in this number. So we multiply both of them by 10,000, and we will get, what we're going to get is we're going to get 1404, 1404 divided by 600, right? All the empty spaces we can just fill with zeros. We will get 600. Okay, so what do we do now? Now we just divide it. So let's just, I'm just going to write it somewhere here. $14.04 divided by 600. Okay, so 1404 comes into 600 2 times. So that's 1200. Then we have to put a point here. Now it's 3 times. And now finally 4 times. So the answer is 2.34. That's the answer to this question. I hope it makes sense to you. Okay, let's get to the next one. The next one is a bit more interesting, I would say, 0.007. So I'm just going to try to separate this. Okay, number 8. 0.007 divided by 4. Again, we basically do the same thing. We just multiply both numbers until the point is out of it. So in this case, it will be 1, 2, 3. We have to multiply these numbers by 1 with 3 zeros. So that's 1000. So we multiply them both by 1000. And we're going to get 7 divided by 4000. That's an interesting division. So 7, let's write it here, divided by 4000. Of course, 4000 is not going to fit into 7, so we write 0 here. We add another 0 here. 4000 is not going to fit into 70 as well, so one more 0. And 4000 is not going to fit into 700, so another 0. Finally, 4000 fits into 7000 once. And we get 3000. Add another 0 here. 4000 fits into 30,000 7 times. And 4000 fits into 20,000 5 times. So that's going to be 0.00175. Remember, these answers, you can always check them on calculator. So we can just get the calculator and check it. 0.007 divided by 4. That's gonna be 0.00175. Yeah, everything is right. Maybe you have a question, so if you can check it with calculator, why do we even use this methods and stuff? Well, the short answer is sometimes on IGCSE past papers you will be asked to show your working. So that's why you still have to remember how to do all this stuff. Okay, let's keep going. So next we have 0.4 squared. 0.4 squared divided by 0.2. Here there's two steps. Again, please don't forget about BOD mass or bit mass, as we say. Very important part of math. So bit mass tells us that first of all we have to do orders. So first of all we have to do 0.4 squared. So 0.4 squared is equal to 0.4 times 0.4, which is equal to 0.16. So we're gonna have 0.16 divided by 0.2, which is, we can move the point. So that's the same as it's going to be the same thing as 16 divided by 20. If we move the point 2 steps to the right, and 16 divided by 20 would be equal to 0.8. So that's the final answer. Again, please pay attention. 0.4 squared is equal to 0.16. You can check this by multiplying them yourself. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but this is where a lot of mistakes happen, so please pay attention when you square the decimal numbers. Okay, and finally, the last question, 92 times 4.6. Divided by 2.3. So here we could do this multiplication and then division, but let's think a little bit about it. These two numbers, 4.6 and 2.3, they actually can be cancelled. They both can be divided by 2.3. So here we would get 1, and here we would get 2. And now we can just do 92 times 2, which would be equal to 184. Which is the final answer. So don't think too hard about this. Try to figure out if you can cancel it. So that's going to be way faster. Okay, that's it for decimals.